Chapter 53. After hearing this, Ringo was obviously stunned. What do you mean by why am I still alive? She gradually took a step back, feeling that Kershaw in front of her was a bit dangerous. What are you going to do? After seeing Ringo's reaction, Kershaw seemed to understand something. So he slowly walked to the side of Kiao Jia Dian. Kershaw, do you know something? Ringo asked in a trembling voice. What on earth has happened? Kershaw squatted down, staring at these two comrades who had only been together for 2 days. His heart was filled with mixed emotions, although he was in a low mood. Whenever he thought of the moments with the two of them, it seemed that there was a worm in his mind that wanted to break out of his body, causing him a splitting headache. Ringo looked at Kershaw with a little fear. Speak. You, that woman named Mo Xiao killed them, Kershaw said in a low voice. I will make her pay with blood. Xiao Xiyao. Ringo blinked in disbelief. Is it the girl we met before? Kershaw gently touched Tian Tian's forehead. There was a small hole there. This is the mark left after being pierced by a nail. Tian Tian once said that she could die here, but now she doesn't even know why she died. But I don't understand why. Ringo said. Why did she kill Kiao Jiajin and TNT? Kershaw paused slightly and said, I also want to know why she did this. I even more want to know. What? No wonder you asked me like that. Ringo seemed to know what Kershaw meant. But I also don't know why I survived. Even if you suspect me, I can't prove my innocence. I did suspect you when I just woke up, but now I have no doubts. After all, you just seemed to be afraid that I would kill you. This is not an expression that an accomplice would show. Kershaw took another reluctant look at Kiao Ji and TNT and slowly stood up. You thought I killed them just now, right? I? Ringo lowered her head in annoyance. Indeed. Only the two of us survived. The murderer can only be. Kershaw didn't care and continued. Xiao Xiao said to let me give up looking for Tao, but I don't intend to listen to her. Ringo frowned and carefully understood this sentence. She couldn't help but ask. She asked you to give up looking for Tao. Why? I don't know. Kershaw shook his head. They seem to be an organization. If I'm not mistaken, they are preventing others from collecting Tao. This is so strange. Ringo said as she reached for her waist. Where is my Tao? After saying that, she looked at Kia's waist and then looked down at the waists of Kiao Jia Jianti and Tian. Everyone's Tao was gone. This is exactly what I want to tell you, Huizhao murmured. That woman is not collecting Tao, but destroying Tao. After finishing speaking, pointed to the already extinguished stove not far away and said to Ringo, I saw with my own eyes that she burned our Tao. But this is not right. Ringo seemed to be unable to understand. Didn't you say that the referee cannot allow such a thing as killing for Tao to happen? Kershaw lowered his head and thought for a while and replied, that woman named Zhao Xiao is very clever, or rather, she is deeply familiar with the rules here. First, she didn't take Tao, she just destroyed Tao. Second, when she took off or destroyed Tao, Kaiyao Jia Jinin Qi and TNT were still alive. From any perspective, she didn't violate the rule. That means killing is allowed, but taking Tao is not. Ringo lowered her body. Her expression was extremely sad. She sat on the ground and asked Kershaw, now, we don't have a single Tao. Even if we want to participate in the game, it's impossible, right? Kershaw looked at Ringo and said faintly, are you very concerned about whether to participate in the game? I didn't feel that you wanted to leave here before. Ringo nodded. Yes. I had no interest in this place at all, but now, I have one thing that I must go back and confirm. Go back and confirm? Yes. Ringo also looked at Kershaw seriously. I want to go back to the real world and confirm one thing. Kershaw stared into Ringo's eyes for 3 seconds as if judging whether she was lying. After a while, he slowly stood up and said, Ringo, in any case, let's part ways. Part ways? Yes. Part ways? Tisha nodded. That woman is coming for me. If you continue to follow me, you will be in great danger. Ringo also stood up and replied, I can't leave. I must act with you. Otherwise, I can't confirm that thing even if I return to reality. Tisha paused slightly after hearing this and asked, the thing you mentioned is related to me? Yes. Are you so interested in me also because of that thing? Tisha asked. Yes. What on earth is it? Tisha early encountered a situation where he completely couldn't understand. This girl named Dringo in front of him really made him too curious. Sorry, I really can't say. Ringo shook her head. You just need to remember that we are not enemies. Tisha was silent for a while. If you stay with me, you may die. Ringo seemed a bit hesitant but still replied, I'm going to take a gamble. Maybe I won't die and will even get out of here. Seeing Ringo being so persistent, couldn't sway her anymore. He slowly walked to the door and looked at the already darkened sky. In that case, let's take a gamble together, Tisha said. We are not without Tao. There is still one stored with an acquaintance. You mean? Ringo also thought of something. Will Police Officer Lee give you Tao? He will. Tisha paused and then said. But his three teammates won't. What should we do? Tisha shifted his gaze and looked at Tiao Jin on the ground. He gritted his teeth and said, I'll beg them. I must get that Tao. As long as I keep playing games, that woman named Xiaoxiao will definitely appear again. I can't let Tiao Jin and TNT and Kai in vain. After saying that, he picked up the remaining bear meat together with the pot. Then, he pushed the door and walked out. Ringo followed closely behind. But this time, the sky was already a bit dim. There seemed to be many insect chirps in the city. The rustling sounds of crickets could be heard everywhere. We have to hurry, Tisha said. I hope they will like this bear meat. Ringo looked up at Kaizhou again. She felt a sense of emptiness in her heart. This man in front of her seemed to have no emotions. He was indifferent to the deaths of everyone.